Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and if you've been guided here, it's wonderful to connect with you. I believe that we're all divinely guided from the blueprint of our soul via our higher self, is leading us and guiding us. So I've been reading for many years, probably 25 years, as you'll see in my older tarot deck here. I have a tarot collection, which anybody that loves doing readings, you have your collections, right? We have the ones we love, and then we introduce new cards. But I say I've been a student and a teacher of tarot for about 25 years. And I say student because I feel like you're always learning. And this is actually my first time doing the pick a card. I got introduced to it about a week ago, and I really love the readings and feel they're so valid. And to me, they operate on how we are guided in the world, and we are guided by synchronicity. We're guided by those magical helpers that come right when we need them, when we need insight or inspiration, or we need help with something, or we need guidance on our path. We're all here for each other. So there's a lot of good pick a card readers as well that I've been guided to on YouTube, and so it's really been quite special and sacred to connect in this community and to see what other people are doing. So I am new. The pile that you choose, we're going to use 3, as you can see here. I already tuned in, and then I'm going to be pulling a clarifying card, which I believe I'm going to do a chakra card, since we're in Taurus now, which rules the throat chakra, and manifested form on the planet. So a lot of us are working on manifesting our dreams, our goals, right, our desires. The card number, the pile number will be in the description so that you can jump right to what you choose. I am going to light a little Palo Santo. I am also trained an initiated shaman and a psychic medium and channel, psychic since birth, and then through my metaphysics and studying here and in Europe, here, United States. Yes, so if you want more information on me, you can go to soulplayground.life. And if you're just tuning in for now, that's fine. I can smell it. I think I want a little more smoke. What I would say is take a couple deep breaths in and out. There's Yoshi, my little familiar little Zen dog, who loves Reiki, loves energy work. I guess she knows I'm doing a reading. And so she's making herself known and saying hello. Okay, so let's just do a little, and if we just take a deep breath in and out, and just become aware of the crown chakra, the top of your head. And in fact, you can even extend your attention and focus about 2 to 3 feet above the crown chakra, that natural pause point. So we're connecting into the upper chakras, or upper energy centers, transpersonal chakras. And you're going to see which one is calling you through the heart. I like to drop down into the heart lung area, even focus with my eyes closed, in that space in between the in-breath and out-breath, and center there. And then I open my eyes and I see which pile, what resonates the most. Okay. So if you chose pile number 1, you have got, you can see how old these cards are. I'm telling you, I think they're old, 25 years old at least. Okay, so you've got the moon here, and what I'm getting for this reading with the moon is to focus on the subconscious, to really work with your dreams, daydream, to maybe do some hypnotherapy, do energy work, maybe some Reiki, but work with your subconscious. This is calling you to connect. So this reading is about what is your soul most wants you to know at this time. And right now for you, those of you that chose pile number 1, is to focus on your deep desires. And also look and see, is there anything subconsciously blocking you? Is there any obstructions right now that are not having you believe that your dreams can come true? Some of you, this means your dreams are coming true. You have been visioning, you've been focusing, you've put your attention on your intention. And if not, those of you that are listening, take the time to write out what you want to experience. You know, one of the things you can also do is, if you want clarity, I feel like there's this pile, some people really want clarity, is to write out your question and put it by your nightstand. You know, write it out old school, pen or paper, you know, pen and paper, pencil and paper, whatever, colored pencil, whatever. And then intend to receive the message through the dream state. Because this is saying you're in a time right now wondering if what I'm dreaming, is that really, can it come true? You know, your dreams come from the soul. So this is a perfect example. The soul speaks to us via the higher self, which is simply an up-leveled vibration of our ego or personality, right? The personality aspect of our being. And the more we connect with the soul, the more our soul comes into our personality. So we're acting less from constructed ego and less from wounding and more from the truth of who we are. So this is about connecting on that level and understanding that not all that you see is all that's happening. There's a lot happening in the ethers, in the etheric plane. There's a lot happening in the astral. Work with the moon cycles. Work with the tides. Work with your own emotions. Notice your tides. Are you following your tides? Now, the one thing that you've got the Knight of Pentacles here, and you've got the Mother of Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles as well. It says to keep on keeping on. This is like you're on the right track, but you need to go deeper. That's with the moon, right? You need to go deeper into your inner knowing. You need to trust your intuition more. And it is about bringing your dreams into reality. So this is a lot about manifestation here. And what this is the next step, what needs to be, where you are right now in the path. So we look at this as the initiation, which is into the dream state, is to go deeper, is to more trust your intuition. This is signaling where you are personally on the path. Yes, you're on the right track. You need to just keep on keeping on. You need to keep moving forward, right? And know that even if you don't seem like you're making progress, you are. A lot is happening in the deeper realms, the unseen, right? It's like water travels a long time underground before it becomes a spring, a geyser, or a river, right? And this Earth Mother, this could be for people that are obviously have a lot of Earth in their chart, or maybe you are, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this is the integration card. So even if you're not, even if you're a water sign or air sign or earth sign, it doesn't matter. This is saying you need to integrate the earth element. You need to also integrate and focus the abundance. See yourself as abundant. I know it's tiresome for you. I know you guys listen. Those of you that pick this pile, you're saying, oh my God, how much longer? How much longer? Not much longer. With the pentacles here, with the influence of earth, this is telling me expect some concrete results or some kind of confirmation of what you're dreaming about and what you want to manifest in May, okay, in the time of Taurus. And I would say probably more like between the 15 and 20s, maybe 21st, down through the end. So we're going a little bit Taurus, Gemini there. But mid-month, you should notice something in the time of Taurus. And remember, we're talking about Taurus, so it is also about speaking your truth, living your truth. But sometimes we have to go deep inside ourselves to get to our truth. We have to ask through our dreams, through visioning, through the power of intention, through meditation. This card definitely speaks of meditation. Again, working with that which is beyond the ego. beyond what we know, right? The ego is great. The ego keeps us safe. It has to do about keeping the status quo. It's about doing those to-dos. But that's not where our creative solutions lie. That's not where the new input or insight comes from. It comes from deep within our soul, and we access that through transcendent states or tuning in or attuning to a higher frequency vibration, which is the higher self. So we get out of the little self, we get out of the wounding, and we get into the macrocosm of things. And so this is saying also look for further results of what you want in late July, August, so September. Okay, so we're looking at the time of Virgo as well. So that I love the green here. I'm just being drawn to that. Look at out of this murky and shadow. And these cards are old. They've been around a long time. Late 80s, early 90s. So, but out of this depth, out of what's old comes the new. You've got to remember that. And remember that you are here to create and to manifest. This is saying your dreams can come true, but you do need to have consistency, persistent effort. Stay on your track, on your path, but work with the dreams. That's what you're learning, to trust your intuition more. Okay, so now we're going to look and see what I'm going to work with the chakra cards here, shuffling away. I want to see. And you've got the heart is the qualifier. So this is saying to follow your heart and to recognize the interconnectedness of everything and everyone. You are a part of this earth plane and beyond. And so for you, it is about getting into a place of self-love, self-acceptance. It's working with the shadow material right now. That's also the moon. And recognizing, the lunar, when we talk about the lunar, it comes from lunar, also lunacy, the craziness. But great ideas come from craziness sometimes, right? Sometimes we think, God, am I crazy to think this? And no, you're not. And following your heart right now, what feels most life-enhancing to you? What feels most beneficial to you? What makes your heart sing? When you think of what it is that you want to do and you feel a lightness, you'll literally feel it in the subtle energy of your body. Some of you will feel it a lot. Your shoulders go back, the heart opens more. That's the direction to go in. That's the answer. That it's coming deep from within you. Okay, I hope that brings some clarity. Now let's look at this pile here. Pile number 2. All right. So this tells me some people have been taking a little bit of a break. Maybe you're bored. Maybe some things have been offered and you're like, oh, not that again. Or I don't know if I want that. Or you're a little burnt out. There could be a little burnout here. And this tells me that perhaps the soul is saying for you on this level, what you need to know is you're going into a time period, or you're coming out of, because I see the sister wind here, right? The Page of Swords, where you had to take a break. You had to pull back, maybe doing too much or giving too much to others, not enough coming back to you, maybe in a relationship that's draining or a job situation. But it's a time to pull back and to evaluate. And it's learning to speak your truth and live your truth. This Page of Wind is clearing the stagnant energy, whatever seems to be stagnant or not moving as quickly. You are clearing that up. And it is about speaking your truth, but when I see the Hierophant here, which is what you need to integrate, it is saying something's been blocking this next level of truth for you. So as we live from the soul, I call it spirit-led and soul-fueled, and our spirit leads us, that life force animating energy leads us to where we need to go, where we want to go, where the most fulfillment is, the most love, the most light, the most abundance. And it's fueled by our soul. Our dreams, our true desires, our passion comes from our soul. When we're living out our passion, right, we're speaking our truth and living our truth, it's said to be coming from the soul. We see people that we say, oh my God, they have a lot of soul, or they sing with a lot of soul, or they're soulful. What does that mean? We see their uniqueness, we see their beauty, we see that they're individual and they're okay with being individual. So this tells me you're learning some things about not conforming to the status quo or to society, but to your own inner truth, your own soul. Look at her. Look at that. She's coming from the light. Look at all that energy that she's bringing, because wind, like swords, is a proponent of, it's the air. It's spirit. It's coming from spirit. So let the spirit move you. And what can help you at this time are recognizing your own inner knowing. You're the Papist, you're the Pope, you're the Hierophant. You are your own teacher and teacher of others. But you're also a student. Like I said earlier, I'm always learning, metaphysically, spiritually, and all that I study. And I'm always learning about myself and healing. So we're always coming into that balance. So what you also need to integrate right now is a routine that supports you being able to go within, take time for yourself, and to find this next level of truth. Because as we unfold in the soul's path, we're living more and more and more from our truth, more and more truthfully. So what can you change in your routine? What can you change in your regime? Do you need to study more? Is it about taking some classes or workshops? Is it about just being more out in life as a student? Going to some art galleries, being open to new influences. And who are you able to influence? This is also the card of the teacher. So it's not just the student, but teaching. And it's about listening to your own inner knowing. There we go back to that sister wind. So it's the feminine. Doesn't matter if you're, getting this reading and you're a guy. It's about the feminine aspect of you, the intuition. It's about what cuts through practicality, but also includes practicality. So it's a little bit, it's both. So let's see what the clarifier is for you. And you've got the solar plexus, self-worth. So the third chakra here. So that clarifies this a little bit. So is there something about self-worth, not feeling good enough or confident enough so that you haven't been fully speaking your truth and living your truth? So what will help clarify you on your path right now is to focus on healing, which just seems to mean to come into balance, come into wholeness, and try it little by little, speaking your truth. Maybe you're at a restaurant and you're wanting to eat a certain food, and people, oh, why don't you eat that? Or we're getting this, and you're like, no, I want to get this. Follow through for yourself. So this is clearly saying it's about following through on yourself, and you have your own, the card says, your own love and respect. So to me, love and respect, that's your truth. What is truth? Love is truth. The binding force of the universe is love. That's what binds us together in various forms. Gerald Jampowski said everything is either a cry for love or an expression of love. Everything is about love in varying degrees. That's what we know metaphysically. There is no opposite to love. On the polarity plane, love has no opposite. There's like, dislike, but love is the cohesiveness, and it starts with self-love and understanding. And when we love ourselves and begin to understand ourselves more, we speak our truth. So this could also be in a work situation, relationship situation. This is what your soul is wanting you to know, is that it's a different level. And this doesn't mean that you're not doing this now. It means that you're going through a new level. Some of you, maybe you're not doing it at all or very little. Some of you have been doing this quite a bit, but you're moving more into a mastery. You're creating your own system that may include some things from society or may not. Maybe you're realizing, I am a spiritualist, I am very spiritual, or I am very intuitive, or I listen more to my intuition than a lot of the people around me, maybe friends or family, especially family. This speaks to more organized, or maybe the community that you're in. Maybe some of you are in a community that maybe it's very left brain focused, or focused more on action and do, and you're saying, no, I like to reflect more. Or maybe you're in a society where there's a lot of reflection. Everybody's meditating all the time, and you're like, okay, I like to meditate, but I also like to take more action, or I like to think things through. So this is saying you create your own personal reality and system, right? The Hierophant, regime, routine. Is it supporting your personal truth? Because this is telling me you had to take a time out, right? Where you're coming out of that. All right. Now let's get to the third pile here. Let's see what the message from your soul is. Okay. So again, a little bit of the time out here with the Four of Swords here. Truce. Have there been arguments? Have you been fighting an uphill battle, do you feel? I feel like this has something to do with work and career. Now again, these can have to do with relationship, any part of your life that you're seeking guidance, and your soul is coming in saying, this is what you most need to know right now. Sometimes what we most need to know or focus on isn't what we haven't been focusing on. This is why the higher self intervenes. That energy comes from that expanded aspect of our awareness to say, okay, no, go more in this direction, right? We get those divine interventions. We get that synchronistic timing, that synchronistic connection that pulls us back on path, or says, look at this, or look at this way. So for you, it seems that forgiveness is key right now. Letting go of the past, not forgetting, honoring where you came from, understanding and making sacred what you've just gone through. This also says seek to take a time out you've got the Chariot, to prepare. You're preparing for something new coming in. There's both a completion and a new beginning here. So out of this retreating, out of this detachment, okay, fours are about security. So when we connect with that four energy, it's like a house, right? Four walls, so to speak. We're doing it so that the body-mind system can have a break. So we can receive and harness more spiritual energy, right? So sometimes we have to take a little bit of a break. Our body has to catch up. Or maybe our emotions have to catch up. Our emotional body has to catch up. Maybe mentally. So this says you've been through quite a bit here, and it's time to just lay that to rest and acknowledge that you've been preparing. This is the Chariot. You're preparing. It's also 7, so it's a very spiritual, the number of spiritual insight. And you see that there's always a black and white cat, black and white things, angels, which is saying that it's in the middle. It's not black, it's not white. It's not yes, it's not no. It's not active, it's not passive. It's not magnetic, it's not electrical. It's a combination. It's spirit. We're not driving our life. The ego is not. You see the Chariot's moving, but there are no reins. It's spirit. And you see here, right, the Shishumna right here, you see leads into the light body, right, is we're being guided by something more, something bigger. So this speaks that you're in this divine plan. There's a destiny unfolding, and you're preparing on the earth plane for changes. So some of you, this is going to be a house move, moving in with someone, moving out, but you I would say you're in the middle road on this, and you've been sensing. Some of you have already been in the planning stages, the prep stage. Some of you are just realizing and going, oh my God, I think I'm changing, or something's changing in my life. I am moving on. I am making some different decisions. And this speaks to something new. And again, we've got that fire energy. So you'll have the energy, the passion, the foresight to follow through on what it is that's new coming in for you. And look, it's back. This is the male principle. This is action. This is, okay, I've sussed it out. I've looked at the lay of the land. I've looked behind me to see where I've come from. I've done the meditation. I've done the contemplation, right? I've prepared. And now I wait on the will. I wait, what is it? We have our personal will, and we have the divine will, or the will of the soul, which takes into account what we can't see. It comes through our intuition. We get those divine downloads, those flashes of insight, right? Deeper understanding. The synchronistic experiences that let us know we're on the right track or move us in a new direction. This speaks to moving in a new direction. Some of you, it is going to be relationships. Some of you, it is going to be, I feel, job or career. This speaks to big changes, but you don't know that yet. See, so it's interesting. You have a minor arcana here, which means you're still in the steps of it. You're not yet recognizing the initiation process until you move here. So some of you, these changes may seem to come from outside of you, like you get let go of at your job, or you get that package to let go of. You get that message, or someone leaves you, or something you were going to do or focus on is no longer available to you. That's okay. This is trusting. Look for confirmation or signs of this 3 to 4 months. Definitely after the summer months. Some of you might be in this right now and you're wondering, why is this happening? Because there's something more that's coming in. There's something more that's coming in for you. And it's about connecting more to your spiritual aspect, trusting your spiritual nature, trusting that you are being guided. Your chariot awaits. And this also speaks to, take care of the material. This is on the physical. This is tangible change. Okay? So take care of your physical body. Are you eating well? Getting enough sleep? This also is the material. How are your possessions? Do you need to clear out closets? Is there too much clutter? Do you have a car? Is it in good running order? Is it messy? How can you prepare on the mental and emotional plane, and how can you prepare on the physical plane? How can you prepare physically? Sometimes the changes are so great, they seem so drastic, but this tells me you're on your way and you know that you can handle it. You've already been setting your sights on new horizons, right? And something new is coming in. And it's about not compromising anymore. You're prepared for the new. You don't have to compromise. And what is coming in is reflected of your higher truth and understanding. Okay, let's see what the qualifier is. Okay, and we've got, the chakra card is the root, which is manifestation. That's the card. So just what I was speaking about. I love when that happens. A little confirmation. Okay, so manifestation. What you have been wanting. Even though you didn't think you were going to get it. You thought, oh my God, not much is happening. Or it didn't happen in the way I thought or I wanted. Manifesting. Manifestation. It is happening now. Some of you are going to see this May, June time period. Okay? Some of you, it's going to be after the summer. September, October. Some of you, the close of the year. But most of you, it's by this card, it's pretty quick. It's happening pretty quickly for you. So manifested form, you've been preparing, you're looking ahead, you're trusting more, you're saying no more compromises. I mean, you can do there's give and take, but you know what I mean, not compromising your sense of self, not compromising your soul, not compromising the truth of who you are. Okay. Well, so what I do want to share with all of you is that a lot of times, some of you might say, oh my God, the first one is also resonating. Take what resonates for you. If it doesn't resonate, toss it, or sit with it for a while. Sometimes I was doing a pick a card the other day and it didn't really resonate. And then 2 days later, one of the phrases the reader had said, I heard in some other readings and I heard through a friend of mine, and then also a client. I was like, oh my God, there's that phrase. I heard it first in the pick a card reading. So, we get our messages. Sometimes we get a message that we weren't counting on or we didn't want to hear, but it's what we needed. Feel what resonates most to you, what brings the most coherence for you. That will be what's most life enhancing, which means that will be coming from your soul, via me through as the conduit. I'm simply just the channel here. But you will know which one is right for you. And maybe it's a little of all of them or a couple of them. All right, please let me know what you think and feel. Be conscious, be kind. And if anything I can improve on, I just really love connecting with all of you in this way. If you want more information about me, again, you can go to soulplayground.live. Oh, I also host Awakenings with Michele. It's a podcast that you can find on iTunes or also BTR Radio every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And I do live readings on the show. And we have amazing guests. It's every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. You can catch us live on BTR when I do the radio show, or the archives are on iTunes and other podcast outlets as well. And I do personal readings as well, private readings and teleworkshops. And if you're interested in any of that, you can email me at awakeningspodcast@gmail.com. Anyway, keep inspired, continue to shine your light, share your insight, and keep awake.